Good morning, I'm Samriddhi K.C. and these are the headlines of the hour. Both houses of parliament to convene their sessions today. Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli to answer regarding dismissal of NEA Managing Director Kulman Kissing. Political parties accuse former King Gyanendra Shah accountable of Friday's protest, suggest government to reduce privileges and enhance scrutiny of the former monarch. US President Donald Trump threatens Iran with bombing and secondary tariffs if Tehran does not make a nuclear deal. Remarks come after Iran rejects negotiations with the US. And Manchester City advances to the semi-finals of the FA Cup, makes a dramatic 2-1 comeback victory against Bournemouth. Both houses of the Nepal's federal parliament are convening today. The meeting is scheduled to start shortly. Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli is scheduled to address the House of Representatives today. As per the CPN-UML Chief Whip Mahesh Barthaula, Prime Minister will begin by responding to questions from the opposition parties. The opposition has been consistently disrupting parliamentary sessions, demanding answers from the Prime Minister regarding the removal of Kulman Kissing from his position as Managing Director of Nepal Electricity Authority and the subsequent appointment of Hitendra Dev Shakya. The Prime Minister is also expected to address all the recent developments. Today's agenda also includes discussions and potential passage of 5 crucial replacement bills. A coalition of pro-Republican political parties have concluded that former King Gyanendra Shah is primarily responsible for the acts of vandalism, arson and looting that occurred in the Tinkune area and its surroundings this past Friday. The parties allege that Shah is actively working to undermine the federal democratic republican system. Following a meeting of 12 political parties held at Singhadarbar on Sunday, a formal request has been made to the government to curtail the former king's privileges and increase surveillance of his activities. Notably, prior to the meeting, the Ministry of Home Affairs had already replaced the police detail assigned to the former king's security. Discussions are underway regarding the gradual reduction of his remaining benefits. The meeting convened at the call of Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli included representatives from the Nepali Congress, CPN-UML, CPN Maoist Center, CPN Unified Socialist, JSP Nepal, Janamat Party, Nagarik Unmukti Party, Rashtriya Janamorcha, Naya Shakti and CPN. During the meeting, all participating parties pledged to set aside their differences and unite in the defense of Constitution and democratic republican system, as stated by Home Minister Ramesh Lekhak. The parties also concluded that the events of Friday were criminal, not political. They emphasized the need for the government to take decisive action to neutralize such activities promptly. With the end of the holy month of Ramzan, followers of Islam are celebrating Eid ul-Fitr with great enthusiasm today. According to the Hijri calendar, this festival, celebrated at the end of Ramzan, involves prayer, meeting with each other, wearing new clothes and exchanging sweets. During Ramzan, Muslim devotees observe Roja from dawn until sunset each day. Especially in the morning, after taking a bath with the intention of Eid and becoming clean and pure, people gather in the nearby open space to perform the Eid prayer namaz. The government of Nepal has also declared a public holiday today on the occasion of the festival. Yesterday, the federal parliament repeatedly issued notices, ultimately adjourning the session until today. The House could not function due to the obstruction from the main opposition and other opposition parties. They remained firm in their demand for the Prime Minister's response regarding the government's removal of Kulman Kissing, Managing Director of Nepal Electricity Authority. The parties not appearing serious about opening the House were focused on mutual accusations. Parties who gathered for an all-party discussion on recent developments displayed impractical behavior inside the House.
The Federal Parliament meeting has been obstructed since March 26th, maintaining their stance of not allowing the House to function until the Prime Minister answers. The opposition reiterated the same position in Sunday's meeting. When the opposition protested, ruling party lawmakers also joined in the commotion. Ruling party lawmakers were also protesting, stating that they needed to discuss the activities conducted by pro-monarch groups in the name of the movement on March 28th and the resulting situation. Ruling party lawmakers even accused the opposition parties of becoming allies of anti-republican forces. After the recent activities in the name of the movement, the House should have moved forward smoothly. However, the parties did not seem serious about addressing the problem.
बाहिर गणतन्त्रका पक्षमा भनेर नाराबाजी लाउने संसदमा गणतन्त्रका विरुद्धमा ढुङ्गा हान्नेहरूसँग कुम जोडेर अनि संविधान बमोजिम यो हाउस चल्न नदिने माओवादी केन्द्रको उसको राजनीति प्रतिबद्धता के हो देखाउँदा एउटा भन्ने भित्र अर्को त्यसकारणले गर्दा यो गम्भीर प्रश्न सिर्जना भएको छ।
गृहमन्त्रीलाई जवाफ दिनलाई विपक्षीले बोलाउनु पर्दैन त अनि कुलमानजीको प्रकरणमा भोलिलाई शेड्युल छँदै थियो त आज कुलमानजीको विषयलाई प्रधान हो कि चैत्र 15 को विषयमा गृहमन्त्रीलाई जवाफ दिन लाउने प्रधान हो। प्रतिपक्षले प्रतिपक्षको भूमिका गरेर हामीलाई जवाफ चाहियो चैत्र 15 को सन्दर्भमा हामी अहिले कुलमानको विषयमा भोलि पर्खिन्छौँ भन्न सकिन्न थियो गल्ती भएको छ।
Even after assurances that the Prime Minister would respond in Monday's meeting, the opposition continued their stance, saying that the head of the government should come and answer on their own initiative, not because they demanded it.
यी सबै पछिल्ला जे अराजकता उच्छृङ्खलता र व्यवस्थाका विरुद्धमा जे प्रकारका लुटपाटहरू मचाइयो मान्छेहरूलाई थुनेर आगो लाएर हत्या गर्ने जे स्थिति सृजना भयो यी सबैका बारेमा प्रधानमन्त्री त आज हामीले नबोलाए नि आउनु पर्थ्यो आउनु भएन। त्यसकारण त्यही कुरा हामीले भित्र सभामुख र सत्तापक्षलाई पनि भन्यौं र संसदमा पनि त्यही कुरा भन्यौं।
यस्तो जटिल अवस्थामा पनि सम्माननीय प्रधानमन्त्रीज्यू आफ्नै हटमा ढिपीमा कायम हुनुहुन्छ र सदनप्रति जवाफदेही हुनुको सट्टामा बाहिर खुला स्टेटमेन्ट दिँदै गर्दाखेरि प्रतिपक्षको हुर्मत लिनुहुन्छ सदनको हुर्मत लिनुहुन्छ र सदनमा चाहिँ उपस्थित हुनुहुन्न। त्यसकारण प्रतिपक्षले आज पनि उहाँको उपस्थितिको माग गरेको हो।
Dissatisfaction has increased because political parties are not serious. Even in such a situation, the way the House was held hostage is inappropriate.
Tribhuvan University Vice-Chancellor Keshar Jung Baral has resigned due to political pressure. Appointed on 22nd of February 2024 with a vision to eliminate political interference and enhance educational quality, Baral faced persistent challenges due to the non-cooperation from the government, faculties, staffs and students. His resignation has deepened uncertainty and heightened political tensions within the university.
In a recent university assembly, Vice-Chancellor Professor Dr. Keshar Jung Baral, after facing increased pressure from political factions, revealed that he began experiencing a lack of cooperation from the government after the Prime Minister's directive halted certain policies and programs. Following his recommendation of qualified academic professionals for positions like registrar and dean, Baral's merit-based approach to appointments was met with strong resistance from political interest groups. Despite his stance to appoint deans, directors and campus chiefs based on merit, Baral faced growing opposition from the government, ruling party and faculty organizations. Eventually, under immense pressure from political parties and leaders, Baral had also encountered intense pressure when university staff members demanded internal competition as a basis for permanent appointments in contradiction to a court order that had ruled against it. This ongoing political interference and the pressure to make appointments based on political loyalty rather than merit led to an environment where Baral could no longer maintain his commitment to hiring new, qualified staff. As a result, Vice-Chancellor Keshar Jung Baral tendered his resignation.
सारा किसिमका विकृति यसबाट म त्रिभुवन विश्वविद्यालयले बाहिर निकाल्छु सुधार्छु यहाँ भइरहेको यो काखा र पहाड यस्ता चीजहरु पनि म चाहिँ पुरै निर्मूल गर्छु र एउटा विशुद्ध वैज्ञानिक शिक्षा दिने गरी एउटा प्राज्ञिक थलोको रूपमा त्रिभुवन विश्वविद्यालयलाई म अघि बढाउँछु भन्ने उहाँको सोच थियो। अब आन्तरिक प्रक्रियाबाट त्यसरी प्राध्यापकहरूलाई स्थायी गर्न लाग्दाखेरि अदालतको मानहानि हुने उहाँलाई चिन्ता भयो। अब त्यो नगर्दाखेरि प्राध्यापकहरू आउने भए घेर्ने भए वक्तव्यबाजी गर्ने भए त्यो कुराबाट उहाँ तनावमा हुनुहुन्थ्यो भन्ने चाहिँ मलाई लाग्छ।
13 months ago, Baral was appointed as Vice-Chancellor of Tribhuvan University through an open competition with a clear plan to reform higher education, promote scientific research, and restructure the university. His vision included implementing the academic calendar, conducting timely exams, publishing results promptly, and designing curriculum aligned with labor market demands. He also aimed to reduce the number of students going abroad for higher studies. Having previously led Pokhara University, Baral faced resistance not only from teachers, staff and students, but also from political interest groups and the government. This intense interference ultimately forced him to step down. The extent of this intervention has left the plans for higher education reform, which were developed under his leadership, incomplete and has significantly affected both academic and administrative functions at Tribhuvan University.
उहाँ आफै नहुँदाको स्थितिमा शैक्षिक तथा प्रशासनिक दैनिक दिनचर्या नै प्रभावित हुन्छ। समस्या त परि नै हाल्छ किनभने उहाँ आफै सम्पूर्ण प्रब्लमहरुको सोलुसन उहाँले दिनुपर्ने हुन्छ। उहाँ आफै नभएपछि त स्वाभाविक पर्छ।
Political interference has weakened the university, causing the goal of educational reform to remain unmet while more students go abroad each year. If political pressure continues, the prospects for meaningful reforms in higher education will remain uncertain.
Welcome back. CPN UML General Secretary Sankar Pokhrel has alleged that former King Gyanendra Shaha was behind the violent events in Kathmandu. While inspecting Kantipur television, Pokhrel said that pro-monarchist groups had attacked private properties and commercial buildings, including media houses, as part of a conspiracy to weaken the democracy. He condemned such criminal acts as unforgivable.
पहिले आफैले तोकेको घोषणा गरेको कमिटी भन्दा विशेष प्रकारको प्रबन्ध गर्ने खालको कुरा जन कमान्डर भन्नु त्यो पनि निर्मल निवासमा भेटघाट पछाडि दिएको विशेष जिम्माका रूपमा भनेर बाहिर आएकै छ। त्यस अर्थमा चाहिँ जे घटना घट्यो त्यसको जिम्मेवारी त पूर्व राजा ज्ञानेन्द्र स्वयं आफैले लिनुपर्छ र त्यसका बारेमा पूर्व राजा ज्ञानेन्द्रको दृष्टिकोण के हो भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ बाहिर आउनु पर्ने थियो। यदि उनी साँच्चै लोकतन्त्रमाथि विश्वास गर्दछन् भने त उनले त त्यसको बारेमा त स्पष्ट पार्नु पर्ने थियो।
Pokhrel stated that the unrest in Tinkune area has sent a clear message to the younger generation about the actions of the pro-monarchists. He also emphasized the need for the pro-democracy supporters to unite.
राजनीतिक रूपमा द्वन्द्व नभएको पक्षमाथि नै नियोजित आक्रमण भनेको चाहिँ लोकतन्त्रमाथिको आक्रमण गरेको हेर्नुपर्छ भन्ने कुरा लाग्छ। खास गरी मिडियामाथिको आक्रमण भनेको लोकतन्त्रलाई कमजोर बनाउने योजनाबद्ध एउटा षड्यन्त्रका रूपमा यसलाई लिनुपर्ने छ। अर्कोतिर लोकतन्त्रको आधार स्तम्भ भने राजनीतिक दलको कार्यालयलाई टार्गेट गर्ने कुरा त्यो पनि नियोजित देखिन्छ।
He said that political parties recognize Kantipur's role in supporting democracy and press freedom. He also pledged to pressure the government to ensure the safety of journalists and media professionals. The parliamentary committee has directed the government to investigate the incidents that occurred during the pro-monarchist demonstration in Tinkune, Kathmandu on Friday and bring those involved to justice. The Education, Health and Information Technology Committee of the House of Representatives in its meeting held yesterday at Singadarbar directed the government to investigate the incidents of arson, vandalism and looting that occurred during the royalist demonstration and bring those involved to justice. The committee also directed the government to take action against those involved in the incident and to maintain a tight security arrangement in a timely manner to prevent such incidents from recurring.
घटनाको सत्य तथ्य छानबिन गरी संलग्न जोसुकैलाई पनि कानुनी दायरामा ल्याई हदैसम्मको कारबाही गर्न र यस प्रकारका घटनाहरू पुनः दोहोरिन नदिन समयमै त्यस्ता गतिविधि नियन्त्रण गर्ने गरी सुरक्षा व्यवस्था चुस्त दुरुस्त राखी तयारी अवस्थामा रहन यो समिति सरकारलाई निर्देशन गर्दछ।
Chairperson Thapa also directed the government to remain prepared to control potential incidents immediately, including security precautions. In connection with the violent protests under the guise of restoring monarchy, Senior Deputy Chair of Rashtriya Prajatantra Party Rabindra Mishra and General Secretary Dhawal Samsher Rana have been remanded to custody for 5 days. They were arrested by police on Friday in relation to their alleged involvement in the journalist's life-threatening incident as well as arson at a private residence and a media house. They were presented before the district court in Kathmandu on Sunday, facing charges of organized crime, anti-state offences and criminal unrest. Judge Tarabedi Maharjan's bench approved the remand of Mishra, Rana and 41 other individuals for further investigation. Over 100 people were arrested, and after gathering details and information, the police decided to press charges against 41 individuals. Among the detained are RPP leaders Mishra, Rana and 9 others who are being investigated for organized crime, anti-state activities and criminal unrest, while 30 others are being investigated only for criminal unrest. The police are still searching for other suspects who remain at large. According to Chief of Kathmandu District Police Bishwa Adhikari, the perpetrators of the violence will not escape justice, as the police have been instructed to crack down on those who violated the law. 9 individuals involved in looting at the Bhatpatini supermarket have also been apprehended. The Criminal Investigation Bureau has stated that investigations are underway based on images and videos of those involved in the looting and arson at private homes and media outlets. Authorities are also actively searching for Durga Prasai, who is still at large. A special police team has been deployed to bring all individuals involved in violent crimes under the guise of protest to justice. The police also have the authority to detain those arrested for up to 60 days for further investigation. Hilly regions have emptied as migration for employment, education, health and other amenities have increased. Khotang and Taplejung are key districts witnessing high migration. Khotang's population declined from 206,312 in the Nepalese year of 2068 to 157,298 in 2078. As people move to cities for opportunities, Bhaktapur, the country's smallest district with 119 square kilometers, witnesses the highest influx. Time for international update. US President Donald Trump threatened Iran with bombing and secondary tariffs if Tehran did not come to an agreement with Washington over its nuclear program. In Trump's first remarks since Iran rejected direct negotiations with Washington, he told that US and Iranian officials were talking but did not elaborate. Iran sent a response through Oman to a letter from Trump urging Tehran to reach a new nuclear deal, saying its policy was to not engage in direct negotiations with the United States while under its maximum pressure campaign and military threats. Trump also threatened so-called secondary tariffs which affected buyers of a country's goods on both Russia and Iran. He signed an executive order last week authorizing such tariffs on buyers of Venezuelan oil. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.